Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Forging Indestructible Self-Discipline podcast. It's a podcast where we explore what it takes to build a resilient, disciplined, and unstoppable mindset. I'm your host, Jonathan Fontenot, and today we're diving into one of the most essential qualities for overcoming life's toughest challenges: grit. Whether you're facing a personal struggle, navigating setbacks in your career, or just trying to stay disciplined through the daily grind, developing grit will help you push through when everything feels like it's falling apart. But before we dive in, let's take a moment to understand what grit truly is. Grit isn't just about working hard. It's not about simply showing up every day and doing the same thing over and over. No. Grit is deeper than that. It's about perseverance in the face of obstacles. It's the passion and stamina to keep pursuing long-term goals, even when progress is slow or when the road ahead seems uncertain. A key part of developing grit is understanding that failure and setbacks aren't signs to quit. They're part of the process. Let me say that again. Failure and setbacks are part of the process. We live in a world that tends to shy away from discomfort. We've been taught to avoid failure at all costs. But let's look at the greats. Every single person who has achieved something extraordinary has faced failure at some point. The difference? They didn't give up when it got tough. They kept going. That's the grit we need to develop. So how do we develop this kind of grit? Let's break it down into some actionable steps. Step 1, shift your mindset. The first step in developing grit is shifting how you view challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as roadblocks, see them as opportunities to grow. Every setback is a chance to learn something new, to build resilience, and to strengthen your resolve. When you view challenges this way, they become a natural part of your journey. Think about a time in your life when you faced something difficult. Maybe it was a challenging project at work or a personal struggle that seemed insurmountable. Reflect on what that moment taught you. Maybe it taught you patience or persistence or even the need to ask for help. That's the value in challenges. Step 2, embrace consistency. The second step to developing grit is consistency. It's easy to stay motivated when things are going well. But when you hit a rough patch, that's when true grit is forged. This is where discipline plays a huge role. Consistency means showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, even when the results aren't immediate. Remember, it's not about instant gratification. It's about the long game. Whether it's working out, sticking to a diet, or pursuing a business idea, the small, consistent actions will compound over time. And when you're faced with challenges, consistency will carry you through when motivation wanes. Step 3, set clear goals and break them down. To stay motivated during tough times, you need to have a clear destination. But here's the secret. Don't focus solely on the end result. Yes, you know where you're going, but break it down into smaller, achievable goals. For example, if you're training for a marathon, it's overwhelming to think about the 26.2 miles ahead. If you break that down into smaller weekly or daily goals, say running a mile or two every day at the start, suddenly it becomes manageable. Each small victory builds momentum, and before you know it, the larger goal starts to seem more achievable. And here's the thing. When you face obstacles or plateaus along the way, that's when grit is needed the most. You don't give up just because you've hit a bump. You dig deeper, readjust your approach if necessary, and keep going. Step 4, build mental toughness. Mental toughness is another key aspect of grit. It's the ability to stay focused and positive, even when everything around you is going wrong. It's a muscle that requires training, just like physical endurance. Start by practicing mindfulness and positive self-talk. When you're in a difficult situation, pause and ask yourself, what's within my control? Focus on what you can do, not on what's out of your hands. The more you practice mental toughness, the more automatic it becomes. You'll start to see challenges as opportunities to show you what you're made of. And remember, mental toughness doesn't mean being immune to pain or discomfort. It's about embracing them and pushing forward despite them. And step 5, never stop learning. Lastly, grit isn't about being perfect. It's about being open to learning and growth. Even the most successful people continue to learn from their failures. They seek feedback, try new approaches, and grow from their experiences. That's a mindset that fuels grit. Every time you fail, instead of seeing it as a sign to quit, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to make me stronger? Embrace your mistakes and let them propel you forward. Remember, life is full of challenges, but by developing grit, you'll be equipped to face whatever comes your way. You'll build the resilience to keep pushing, even when it feels impossible. That's all we have for today. I want to thank you for tuning in to today's episode. If you enjoyed this podcast, please be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and remember, no matter how tough life gets, with grit, you can face any challenge head on and come out stronger on the other side. Keep pushing, keep growing, keep forging your indestructible self-discipline. See you next time.